everyone. This is usually my happy book release day video, but since I was on vacation, I have a lot of catching up to do. And you know how you always say when you're on vacation, like, I'm just going to read? But I ended up reading things I needed to read for work this week instead of like reading the things that I needed to read that were coming out. So this week, it's a little bit of a catch up. But I want to just tell you guys what I'm going to be reading this week because these are some pretty exciting books that have come out since the beginning of October. And I have four of them that I've just been dying to read, and I need to set aside the time to read them and, to see if they're worthy of a book review. Because if any of them turn out to be a 5-star book, I'll do a book review on them. So, my number one book that I am going to be reading this week, which is right here, is Every Breath by Nicholas Sparks. And let me just tell you a little bit about this book. It is his 22nd book. Okay, that's crazy because you want to know why? Because he's younger than me. I saw he's 52, and I was like, he is younger than me, and he has written 22 books. Crazy. And of course, we know, like, since The Notebook on, I mean, so many of them have been movies, and I have a feeling this one might be too. I saw like the video on his website where he talks about this mailbox, and you know how he's like, a lot of his books have to do with letters and the notebook and writing, This one's about, it's called the Kindred Spirit Mailbox, and it's actually a real thing. And it's in North Carolina, out somewhere remotely, and people write letters and they put them in that mailbox. And then if you're there visiting, you can read them and then write your own letter. Crazy. I can't wait to read this book, okay? The cover alone makes me want to read this book, and I love him. So anyway, the next one, which this cover, okay, if we're going to talk about covers for this week, The Winters by Lisa Gabriel. When I saw this book, I'm like, wow, I have never seen a cover like this. And this book takes place in Long Island. I think this is her second book. It's a thriller, and it's the only thriller I've got down here. So I always love a good thriller, so I'm going to check this one out. Number 3, right here. Okay, I can't touch Debbie Maycomer or Maycomer. I don't know. My accent is not. I was listening to something where they introduced her, and it was like Maccomer. Maybe let's go with that. I always say in my head, I hear Maycomer. It's probably wrong. But anyway, this book came out October 2nd. Takes place in Alaska, Ponder, Alaska, and it kind of is like a holiday book. And what I'm going to do is, if I love it, which I'm sure I will, I'm going to save my little book review for December, because the whole entire month of December I'm setting aside for Christmas books. Whether I interview the authors or I review books, it's all Christmas. December 1st on, all Christmas. So I will be gearing up for that. This will be my first one that I'm going to be reading for Christmas. So, and it's October 22nd. So anyway, the last book, the number 4 book I'm going to be reading this week, right here, Mitch Albom, The Next Person You Meet in Heaven, which is a sequel to The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. And let's just be honest, if Mitch is going to write a book, we're going to read it, right? I mean, it's a given, okay? Because I remember the first time that I read Tuesdays with Morrie, and I cried hysterically at the end, even though he's going to die and it's not a spoiler. And then I think he was like on Oprah and whatever. Then my son, my second son, Zach, he had to read it for school. And I was like, oh, I'll read it again with you. I think it was worse. I cried more the second time I read it. Even knowing what was going to happen didn't matter. But anyway, Mitch, you write a book. I'm going to read your book. Okay. And I can't wait to read this one. So 4 books on top of all the work that I have to do this week. These are the 4 I'm going to be reading. Like I said, Debbie's came out in the beginning of October, but I'm saving. If I love this book, you will see the review in December. And the others, I'm sure Nicholas Sparks is going to be a number of 5-star. I'm sure it's going to be a 5-star review, right? How can it not? So hopefully I'll be talking about that one again, and same with Mitch's. So everyone, I hope you have an amazing week. And you know what? Below, tell me what you're going to read this week. I want to hear what you're going to read. And if you have any other suggestions that you want me to read and you want me to review, I'd be happy to, because I can always fit another book in there. Please hit like, please subscribe to my channel. I'm here every single day making videos, and because I love talking about books and I want an audience that loves listening to people talk about books. So thank you so much, everyone.